They say that inflation isn't high, but we're about to give a 25% boost in food stamps.
Yep.
um,
Yep.
this is why I hate the government in general. Doesn't matter what I don't know. All parties, all politicians, all they'll grab onto that report that inflation's only 5.4%, and we're going to give the food stamp boost 25%. Yeah, because food has gone through the flipping roof.
Hmm.
And we talked in the prior episodes. My father's seen that because I pay for his groceries, and his bill's up 30%. You talked about Whole Foods,
Yep.
your bill's up 30. Yeah, food's up 30%. And it's like, so you don't count that as part of your inflation calculation. That means it's not inflated. The problem is, that hurts, working class and middle class people, the most. If you're making more money, it sucks to pay, but you can digest it, right? But if you're making,
Yep.
$15 an hour right now and your grocery bill goes up 30%, well, that hurts, man. So I'm actually happy to see this because this is the new world, Kane.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I I made a comment in other episodes that they're finally going to push through the $15 an hour wage, which is a whole other debate, right? And they're going to go, see, we did it for you. We listened to you. We got you the 15 an hour. And the problem is your $15 an hour is not worth shit anymore
Yeah.
because of inflation and everything's so expensive. And you see most places, at least around me, they're paying 14, 15, 16, $17 an hour. I've seen some even small franchise type of places paying up to $20 an hour, and they still can't get people right now. Car wash, 16, $17 an hour to dry cars. So that wage is already there, Kane, except it's worth about $10 an hour before COVID.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you noticed that the car wash that even the machines have stopped working?
yeah, I saw one where it's, I don't know, about 10 miles away from me. I drive past it when I go out to the marina. And since spring, their drive-through car wash has been down, and you can see some of the parts laying outside.
My God.
And it was actually a pretty busy drive-through car wash, but if you look around, you realize a lot of people can't get parts to fix shit right now.
Hmm.
So
That makes
they,
sense.
it's you can't get workers to work at the car wash. You get an automated car wash, except now you can't get the replacement parts to keep your automated car wash working. It's like you're screwed. Go buy a bucket. You washing that shit in your driveway.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
For sure.
here's the thing: is someone that I didn't have a lot of food at times when I was younger. Like this one hits home. I want the biggest charity I donate to is a food bank, and
Yep.
I never want to see anybody starve. Granted, when I was growing up, it wasn't that all uncommon to get your food stamps and like resell them. But in this case, anytime that we can make sure kids and struggling families are fed, I'm down for that. Like this is money well spent as long as people are getting fed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You know what shocked me as we were reading this, James, was that
mm,
there are 42 million people on the program. I mean, that's a really big percentage.
it is, and I think there's part of that they really need the help. And there's a lot of people in my life from where I grew up where I could say they were on those programs because they just didn't want to work. And if they did want to work, Kane, they couldn't keep a job. They couldn't
Mhm.
show up. They call off 3 times a week. They're assholes. They steal, and then you create this like poverty situation for yourself. And I realized you're never going to help those people. So there's some percentage of that, and I don't know what that breakdown is, where it's actually people that are really struggling, down on their luck, things suck, and then we got this other part of the population, which we're seeing right now, where people don't even want to go back to work. Right?
Yeah.
It's like we're I always want to get help to the people that need it, and I hate spending money on people that can help themselves and they don't want to. So that's a huge number. But
Mhm.
I'm always curious if you like went on a case by case basis, how many of those people just don't want to work or they're fine with struggling. Or people will work under the table jobs and get cash. And I always want to get help to the people that need it, though, especially
Yeah.
kids, families that are struggling. Health issues hit. bad things happen. You know, I've known cases where, you know, the family and the father was the primary, you know, bread earner, and you know, they got multiple kids, and then something happens to him and he can't earn or he dies, and then the family's
Yeah.
screwed. Like we got to help. We can't let people starve.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can't ever seem to fix the other side of the equation either, where people kind of take advantage of the system. But I think the bigger story here is that you see that inflation's hurting people. So now I'm assuming that if this is happening, Kane, that there's probably going to be a Social Security bump coming down the pipeline as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can't say that I'm going to give you. I can think of a handful of people I know that are on Social Security. They get $1,200, $1,300 a month or something. Like, yeah, it's not a lot of money.
Mhm.
A wake up call for everyone listening right now. If you think you're going to live on your Social Security, you can't. So
Mhm.
yeah, you better save some money and you better have some 401k, or you're going to be living check to check for the last 20 or 30 years of your life, or you're going to be working as a Walmart door greeter. Good luck with that shit. But again, if you're on a fixed income and you're, you know, 72 years old and you can't get a job, well, I mean, anybody would hire you right now, but assuming you can work, you can't go from living on $1,300 a month and your food bill just went up 30% and gasoline went up 50-75%, and
Yeah.
there has to be a Social Security bump coming down the pipeline as well. And these are all things that will acknowledge that inflation is a lot worse than we want to admit.
Yeah.
But for now, they'll say it's 5.4%, but we shall see.
We shall see. So just general consensus here is $20 billion well spent. We're helping people that need it.
As long as it's the people that need it, I got no problem with that, man.
Sounds good.
But we'll find out what's going to go on here.
All right. Excellent.
All right, I got you. Thanks.